Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I'm not fully prepared yet.
Well, don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Question 1. Why is the man looked worried?
You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Oh, you must be the delivery driver. Come closer to the porch so you don't get drenched.
Thanks, ma'am. I am Ben. Sorry about the delay. It's really coming down out there. Here's your order from Thai Garden.
I ordered the vegetarian pad thai and mango sticky rice, but this looks like chicken curry and spring rolls.
Oh no. Let me double check. It says order number 45,873. Are you Maria?
Yes, that's me. I definitely selected the vegetarian options. I even put no meat in the notes.
I believe this might be a mix-up. I had 2 orders from Thai Garden. 1 vegetarian and 1 regular. I must have handed you the wrong one.
I totally understand. Mistakes happen, but I really can't eat meat. It's not just preference. I have dietary restrictions.
I'm really sorry about that. I'll call the restaurant right now and see if I can grab the right bag. It's just 2 blocks away.
That would be great. Thank you for being quick about it.
What best describes Ben's error? What does Ben's willingness to return in the rain show most? What underlying assumption can be made about Maria's dietary restriction?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
Yes? Hi, this is Ben from Swift Eats. Am I speaking to restaurant manager?
Yes, you are.
I just delivered to Maria, and I think I mixed up her vegetarian order with someone else's. Can you confirm what's still at the restaurant?
We still have 1 vegetarian pad thai and mango sticky rice waiting here. Someone hasn't picked it up yet.
Perfect. I'll swing by now. Thanks. Good news! Your order is still at the restaurant. I'll go grab it and come right back.
Oh, thank you so much. I know you're probably swamped tonight.
It's all part of the job. The rain just makes everything a little slower and messier.
No worries. Do you want to leave this incorrect order here or take it back?
Actually, I'll take it back. The restaurant might be able to get it to the correct person. Hopefully, they haven't canceled yet.
Makes sense. I'll wait right here. If it's going to take too long, could you give me an update?
Absolutely. I'll call or text once I'm on the way back.
Appreciate it. Drive safe, okay?
Why does Ben choose to take back the incorrect order? What does the rain symbolize in Ben's comment? What is implied about Maria's expectations?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
Got it! Vegetarian pad thai and mango sticky rice, just as ordered.
You're amazing. Thank you so much for going back out in this rain.
It's no problem, really. I also got the restaurant to include a complimentary Thai iced tea for the inconvenience.
Oh wow, that's really thoughtful. Thank you. You've handled this whole thing so professionally.
I appreciate that. I always try to treat people the way I'd want to be treated. Sorry again for the hassle.
Honestly, these things happen. What matters is how it's resolved, and you were great. I'll leave a good review and tip in the app.
That means a lot. Thank you. And if anything's off with this order, just let support know right away. They'll take care of it.
Will do. But this looks perfect. Now I can finally have dinner.
Mission accomplished. Hope you enjoy your meal and stay dry.
You too. Get some rest after your shift.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Which would be a flawed interpretation of Ben's competence? What could Maria's reaction suggest about her communication style?
You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Morning, Mark. Did your place lose power last night?
Morning, Lisa. Yeah, everything just went off around 10 p.m. I was watching the game when it suddenly went black.
I was baking cookies. 1 minute the oven was hot, the next, nothing. My daughter got scared and thought the house was haunted.
I lit some candles, but my phone battery was low. No Wi-Fi, no lights. It felt like camping indoors.
Same here. I kept flipping light switches out of habit. I tried calling the building manager, but his phone was busy for ages.
He finally sent a group text around midnight. Said the electric company shut off power because of a transformer overheating nearby.
I just wish we'd gotten a warning. I went grocery shopping yesterday, and now I'm not sure if anything in my fridge is still good.
Yeah, I'm probably tossing most of my stuff, and my dog kept barking all night. He doesn't like the dark.
My cat, on the other hand, seemed to love it, slept right through. But I didn't get much sleep. Power came back around 5 a.m., I think.
Same here. No hot water this morning either. I barely made it out the door.
The building should have an emergency plan, like flashlights in the hall or backup lights.
Totally agree. These outages are happening more often lately. We should bring it up at the next tenant meeting.
For sure. A little communication would make a big difference.
Anyway, I've got laundry piling up now that the machines are back.
And I've got to redo my grocery run. Hopefully no more surprises tonight.
Fingers crossed. See you around, Lisa.
Take care, Mark.
What was Mark doing when the power outage started? Which pet reacted most negatively to the blackout? Which item is most directly associated with Mark's frustration during the blackout? Which complaint is implied but not clearly expressed? When was the building manager's group text sent?
You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Welcome back to the Creator's Corner. Today I'm joined by soundproofing consultant Jordan Blake, who's here to help us understand how to improve audio quality for home podcast recordings. Thanks for being here, Jordan.
Thanks for having me, Lena. It's a pleasure.
So, let's dive in. What's the first thing a home podcaster should consider when trying to improve audio quality?
Great question. First and foremost, location matters. Choose a room with minimal echo. Avoid spaces with hard surfaces like tile or bare walls. Carpeted rooms with curtains, bookshelves, or even furniture help absorb sound.
I record in my spare bedroom. It's not very big, but it's got hardwood floors and a few pictures on the walls. Is that a problem?
Hardwood floors can reflect sound, which leads to a hollow or echoey tone. Try laying down a thick rug or two and maybe hang some acoustic panels or thick blankets on the walls near your mic.
Got it. Now, what about background noise? I live near a busy road, and sometimes you can hear traffic in the background.
That's a common issue. First, close all windows and doors. Then, consider using weather stripping or door draft stoppers to block gaps. For windows, heavy blackout curtains can reduce outside noise a lot.
That sounds doable. Is there any gear you recommend?
Definitely. A good quality dynamic microphone is a great investment. Unlike condenser mics, dynamic ones pick up less ambient noise. Also, using a pop filter and a mic stand helps control plosives and vibrations. And don't forget, use headphones while recording to catch unwanted sounds early.
That's so helpful. One last question. If someone can't afford professional acoustic panels, what's the cheapest DIY option?
You can use blankets, egg cartons, or even foam mattress toppers. Place them strategically on walls and corners where sound bounces most.
Perfect. Thank you, Jordan. This has been incredibly useful for home creators like me.
My pleasure, Lena. Good sound doesn't have to cost a fortune. It's all about being smart with your space.
Why is carpeted flooring preferred for podcast recording? What makes dynamic microphones more suitable for home use than condenser mics? Which element most directly affects how sound bounces in a room? What's the most cost-effective method suggested for soundproofing a room? What role do headphones play during recording? What is an implied risk of using bare walls for recording?
You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
In a bold move to fight environmental pollution, The small coastal town of Greenport has become one of the first municipalities in the country to implement a full ban on single-use plastic bottles. The new regulation, which came into effect earlier this week, prohibits the sale and distribution of plastic water bottles under 1 liter within town limits. Greenport's Mayor Linda Hayes announced the decision at a town hall meeting, stating that the ban is part of a broader effort to reduce plastic waste and protect marine life. Our beaches and parks have been increasingly littered with plastic bottles, said Mayor Hayes. This is a necessary step toward becoming a cleaner, more sustainable community. Local businesses have responded with mixed reactions. While some store owners are concerned about the impact on sales, others have embraced the change. Mike Tran, owner of Greenport Market, said, "At first, I was worried about losing customers, but we've started selling reusable bottles and offering filtered water refills, and people love it." Environmental groups have praised Greenport's initiative, calling it a model for other towns. According to the nonprofit group Clear Seas, plastic bottles are among the top 5 most collected items during coastal cleanups. This ban could prevent thousands of bottles from entering our oceans each year, said spokesperson Rachel Kim. However, not everyone is on board. Some residents argue that the policy is inconvenient and say they should be allowed to choose what products to buy. The town council has said it will monitor the situation closely and may consider adjustments in the future. For now, Greenport's decision marks a significant step in addressing plastic pollution at the local level, and it's drawing national attention as other communities consider similar actions.
You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
Thanks for making time to talk, both of you. I've noticed some communication gaps between the nursing staff and the doctors lately. It's starting to affect patient care, and I think we need to address it.
I'm glad you brought this up. I've seen it too. Sometimes, important information isn't passed along quickly enough, or there's confusion about who's responsible for what. It creates unnecessary delays.
As a junior nurse, I sometimes feel hesitant to speak up or clarify instructions. There's a bit of a hierarchy, and I worry I might come across as challenging a doctor's judgment.
That's exactly the kind of thing we need to fix. Clear communication should be a priority, regardless of rank. We need to build a culture where everyone feels comfortable asking questions or expressing concerns.
I agree. From a doctor's perspective, I think sometimes we assume nurses have all the context, but that's not always true. We could be more mindful about explaining treatment plans and being open to feedback.
Maybe having regular, short team huddles at the beginning of each shift would help. That way, nurses and doctors are on the same page about each patient.
That's a great idea, Lena. Huddles could ensure clarity on who's responsible for which tasks and any urgent changes. We could also use shared digital tools for updates, something simple but accessible to both teams.
Definitely. And perhaps some communication workshops would help too. Just basic training on active listening and collaborative decision-making. It's something we all could benefit from.
I'd love that. It would also show the younger staff that communication is a skill, not something you just pick up.
Okay, so to summarize, we're thinking regular team huddles, better use of shared tools, and some joint training sessions. I'll speak to management about trying this in a pilot ward.
Count me in. I'd be happy to help with the rollout.
Me too. I think this could really make a difference.
You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
The concept of a 4-day work week has been gaining momentum in workplaces around the world. Many supporters argue that reducing the number of working days can actually lead to an increase in productivity, improved employee morale, and better work-life balance. Emma Clarkson, a project manager at a software development firm in London, believes the change has transformed her team. Since switching to a 4-day week, she says, we've hit more project deadlines and have seen fewer sick days. People come in on Monday more refreshed and ready to focus. She points out that the company kept salaries the same, expecting the same output, and so far, it's been impressive. However, not everyone shares this enthusiasm. Richard Alvarado, a small business owner who runs a printing company, is more cautious. I like the idea, he admits. But in my industry, clients expect service 5 or 6 days a week. Cutting down to 4 would mean either turning away work or hiring more staff, which isn't feasible for us. There are also concerns from workers in essential or service-based sectors. Tanya Brooks, who works in logistics, explains, we operate around the clock. A 4-day week would either mean longer shifts for us or reduce service coverage. Neither option seems ideal. She emphasizes that while the concept might work in offices or remote work settings, it may not be suitable across the board. On the other hand, some companies are exploring creative ways to make the model work. For example, rotating schedules, staggered days off, or compressed work hours are being tested to maintain service while giving employees time to recharge. In one pilot program, teams alternate their day off to ensure business operations continue smoothly. Despite the mixed feedback, interest continues to grow, and trial programs are underway in several countries, including Japan, Germany, and Canada. Researchers and policymakers are closely watching these experiments to better understand the real impact on productivity, employee well-being, and overall business performance.